Hello and welcome back to my Killer8 mode guide. This time I'm going to show you how to beat the final stages in the game, Smile and Lion. Lion of course is the epilogue, but today we'll mostly focus on Smile. Smile is a very hard stage, it's a 3-part stage, and yeah, you're gonna be spending a lot of time in this hotel you're about to see. So once you start in this hotel entrance hall, I want you to quickly take a turn here because there's going to be a spawner nearby and you don't want to fight it with Guardian. Turn here, go to the save room. Here I want you to save the game and select Con. You do not have to do a preparation this time. Everyone has been unlocked from the start. So go here, select Con and get ready to deal with the spawner enemy waiting outside. And this won't be the last spawner you will be seeing in this stage. There's actually going to be a huge spawner fight. Almost the biggest spawner fight in the game, but for the biggest one you have to wait just a little bit until the second part of this whole stage. So again, like before, shoot the eggs, kill the guys, collect blood to get ready to shoot the collateral shot with Dan Smith. So it's nothing new. Again, I want you to take note here that this enemy is standing behind this corner and it's very complicated, so you're better off aggroing him by shooting the red dot. And here you see he's aggroed and he runs to me. Now I quickly want to leave him and get some distance, and here you see me selecting Dan, getting ready for the shot. So this is nothing new. Keep your distance to these guys, keep your distance to the eggs. Remember, when you shoot the eggs with Con, you have to watch out that these guys do not aggro and run straight at you. Just like here, once you hear this manic laugh, get ready. And there's one more Camellia Smile here. I try to shoot. Yes, and I even got it. So in this whole level you want to collect these bullets. One is hidden here behind this blood barrier. You need Killer8 for this. And there is one on every floor of this building. So get ready to get into the elevator. And this will not be the last time you will be seeing this elevator, but more on that later. Now I want you to be prepared because on this floor there's going to be a huge spawner fight, like I mentioned before. So, but first things first, there is this special smile that will grant you some points. There will also be some smiles running around. And there's also another Camellia Smile close to the spawner, but I totally failed to catch it. But it's no big deal, I've got enough blood already. So this is a long endurance fight, like the fight in the chapel before. Get ready, take your distance, collect the blood and shoot the weak points. You need to do this until every weak point is gone. And remember, when you have selected Con, that shooting the eggs can be dangerous, so keep your distance, stay calm, you will get this. Let me just speed this up because it's kind of a long fight. So I'll be doing this for the last big spawner fight in the end also, just to make it more watchable. But you should get the gist of it by now. You'll be safe once you have got the right distance and know how to deal with the eggs. It should be no problem in the future. So yeah, it should come to an end just about now. Yeah, and here you see me do the last shot, and after that I'll do the cleanup with Con again. Remember that hitting the weak spots is kind of peculiar. You have to really hit the center of it. Because, as I mentioned in the other video, the collateral shot seems to be pretty big and wide, but it actually is very precise, so you have to aim really to the center. So now, after the cleanup is done, there's another smile here, and that should be it for this room. So get into the room, collect the next bullet, and after that I want you to do a thing you'll be doing a lot in this hotel. So once you've got everything, I need you to get back and I need you to go down into the entrance hall again. But first you have to deal with these guys. You also have to stay calm in this fight because hitting them with con can be tricky. If you've got problems with these guys and feel overwhelmed, use Kevin, get into the elevator, get to the first floor, get to the safe room and talk to Stuart to save the game. And you'll be doing this a lot of times now because it's actually easier to save this way than on the floors, on the upper floors, because you will likely get surrounded once you return from the safe room. So if you want to stay safe, use this method. On the third floor you will encounter some of these head cage smile or bomb head smile. I actually do not know the name right now. So yeah, shoot this guy. There are also some enemies on the ceiling. They're kind of tricky to hit, but if you keep a steady aim with con, you should be able to do it. Once you've dealt with them, walk carefully around this corner and be ready to attack some of those deformed smiles, or broken smiles as they're called. Shoot the deformed limbs and you're ready. I'm kind of nervous here, I'm watching my back because enemies tend to spawn very fast on these floors, like this guy here. There he is. So be prepared to get overwhelmed at some point. So you don't want to use Harmon's room, we just skip ahead and get our next bullet, but first you have to go into the bathroom and sever this cable. Once it's done, you can get the bullet and then you leave again. Return to the elevator and there will be all the enemies you fought before again. So just one more head cage smile, some guys on the ceiling. Yeah, two of them. And once they're done, walk carefully around the corner. Yeah, I take a stop and aim. Again, some careful steps. And there he is again. As you can see, these guys spawn at a very quick rate. There's another one of those deformed smiles. If you walk carefully, you won't alarm him too early. There's the other one. Shoot his hand. And you're good to go. So once this is done, guess what we'll be doing? We go to the first floor to save again, because that was a lot of progress. And you'll be doing this again later. Okay, now the fourth floor is actually kind of tricky. And you will see me doing a little mistake later. But yeah, let's just get to the floor. So there will be some micro smiles. There's one on this to the left also. They won't harm you, but they will blind you, so don't run into this fight recklessly. And here I select Harmon for a fight later, but I forgot that there's a mithril smile waiting around the corner, so yeah, here he is. I almost ran into him. But it's okay. Get my distance, I select Con, shoot his weak spot, and then I have to select Harmon again, because there are these, what are they called? I don't remember, these flying smiles. They are really hard to hit. It's the ones you have to shoot, recalibrate your aim, and shoot again, and do this over and over again to hit them with precision. So here you see me shooting and recalibrating after every shot. In the next room you shoot the closet door with mask to get the bullet, and after that you can leave this room and get ready, because once you enter the hallway again you'll be ambushed by these deformed smiles. Get ready to shoot their limbs, and there's also going to be another one of those flying smiles waiting for you across the hall in front of the elevator. And yes, you will go to the elevator and go back to Stewart to save again. This is really the safest method to get through this whole hotel. Trust me on that. I had to learn it the hard way, because every progress you make here is crucial and you have to skip some floors to save sometimes. So yeah, save at Stewart's and get ready for the next floor. On this floor you will be fighting those Z protector smiles. There are different kinds of them, and in this video I forgot how to deal with one of them. So it's not the next fight, but the fight after that. So yeah, get ready to see me fail, but it's no problem. I'll show you how to deal with this situation anyway. So yeah, once you walk to your left, you see these guys. Shoot them with the right amount of blood, and after that you can go into the next room. There, once again, you will collect one of those bullets, light the candles with the firing, and then you can collect the bullet. After that, leave the room and get ready. There's going to be another fight with the Z smile, and that is the one that I fail at. So watch me fail here. Get overwhelmed. I do not actually remember right now. It should be like 3 vials, I believe. So I selected quite a lot more. For this guy, I mean. So here you see me. Oh no, I selected too much, and now I wasted all my blood on this guy, and yeah, he totally shrugs it off. But don't worry, I've got enough time to get out of harm's way. You see me actually thinking, what shall I do? But the door is right behind me, so I'm going to quickly turn and go in the room, go back out, reset the whole layout again, and then I believe I take a run. Yes, this is also totally a proper way to deal with this fight. I think there's no shame in running from a fight you cannot actually win. So again, first floor, save your game, get ready for the next fight. The next floor is really tricky and can catch you off guard, because there are these laser smiles again, and if you remember, I told you how to deal with them. I told you that these guys are no threat to you if you do not scan them, but you can actually not avoid them by doing this here. You have to confront them. So there are more than one. So here you see me go carefully around the corner, deal with this guy, and that's it. If this does fail on your first try, it's not a big deal. You have saved on the first floor anyway, and loading your save again will not take that much time. In order to get to the bullet, you have to open the room with Coyote, because he's the master of unlocking. And in the room there you will have a conversation, and after that you can collect the bullet. So here you see me talking with Travis. And after that there will be the bullet. I select Travis again, but you don't have to select him twice. After that there will be another laser smile encounter. So get ready, select the guy you're good at shooting with, walk up to him and aim and strike. That's it. After that, same as before, once you've cleared all the enemies, get down to the first floor and save again. Now, if you want to try your luck on this floor, you might want to take a run to the elevator, but I did not want to do that on this playthrough. I actually kind of wanted to make this safe, and I decided to deal with the last laser smile on my way to the elevator. So yeah, if you feel lucky, just go ahead and make a run for it, but you might get shot by a laser in the back. So this time I want you to use the opportunity to save and also transfuse all your blood in order to upgrade your killers. And if you haven't already, you need to upgrade Killer8 to a suitable level with her waiver and all of her attack power and maybe some attack speed power-ups, because you will need her for the special smile that you'll be fighting in this level. In order to get the last bullet you need to progress in this stage, you have to do a little puzzle with the wind ring on the 7th floor. It's not that complicated, I will show you just how it's done. So here you go straight ahead. Here you see me selecting the wind ring, that's important, and here you will use it. And of course, I forgot to mention that there's a micro smile that will catch you off guard, but don't worry, nothing bad happens. So after that, get the bullet, and now I will show you the special smile fight. And this is actually kind of tricky. So in order to deal with the timer smile, you need to shoot all of his weak spots on the body. So you see him here, he's got a lot of weak spots. And remember, once you start shooting them, he will start running towards you once you've hit too many of his weak spots. So you want to leave the ones in the center for your last shots. And preferably the ones that are closest together, so you can quickly get rid of him. This sounds not complicated, but trust me, once you see him run, you will know what the problem is about this fight. So you can miss your shots if you're not careful once he starts running. So be prepared for it, and then you can deal with it. With this fight done, you have completed the first part of Smile. This is the second part of Smile, and in this level you will have to go through this whole school building and finish it in the gymnasium of the school. In order to get there, you need to find clues to solve a puzzle in the data room that is on the first floor here. Once I'm done talking to Iwasaru, you will see me get... Yeah, come on, Tuti. Yes, you go upstairs and there's the data room, and there you'll have to solve a big puzzle. And I will guide you through this level so you don't have to do it. So I will give you the solutions later. So first you'll have to save. After that I want you to select Con and go downstairs again, where you will have to get ready for some fights with the mithril smiles. Also, this is probably a good time to mention that the fights in this whole level aren't that complicated. Only 2 of them are actually kind of tricky, but you will see when we get there. Apart from that, there's only like 2 or 3 of these flying enemies. I believe they're called broken smiles, if I remember correctly. And they can be a nuisance, so you'll have to deal with them here. This is why I select Harmonsmith again, because as you know, selecting him is a good choice. Aim, recalibrate, shoot, 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 and do it all over again. So to the left there's another one of these. Here he is. So this is nothing new. If you watched the other parts of this guide, you should know how to deal with them by now. And now we're getting to a very important part. In order to progress here, you have to shoot certain lockers. So this is the first one I shoot, and there's Travis. This is not that important. The other lockers you have to shoot are more important. So one of them holds a bullet, the other one will contain a new costume for Mask the Smith, and the last one you will shoot in order to open the door at the end of the hallway. So you are not done shooting the lockers until you have opened the door successfully. And with this you have unlocked Mask's full potential. And there is another thing you need to keep in mind. There is a safe room at the end of the hallway, and it's probably a good idea to save because you've made a lot of progress. When you leave this hallway and go upstairs, there will be a tough fight, so the save is probably the best bet here. Also keep in mind that once you leave the safe room into this hallway again, there will be an ambush. Get ready for that. Harmon is probably the best solution for that, because it's one of those flying, annoying, broken smiles again. I edited the video here because not only did I save here, I also used the time to create some blood serum. So here is the ambush. Yeah, you see how close he was. This is very dangerous, and probably not a good idea to run out of the room straight ahead. So yeah, take Harmon and be safe here. So now get ready, because you will get upstairs and you want to get ready for the largest spawner fight in the game. This is a very tedious fight, as with all the other spawner fights. I will get one collateral shot out and then I will speed up the video, because this really takes a long time. And it's not that different from all the other fights. Remember to take your time, remember to be patient, and have a good measure on how far you can stay away from the targets. So you don't want to aggro these guys. Remember that when you select Con and shoot the X, sometimes both bullets hit the target, and you will also hit the invisible smile and they aggro. Then you don't want that to happen. So here's the first collateral shot, and after that I will speed this up. This is I believe 12 times or 8 times the speed. This is a really long fight, so the save you made downstairs will come in handy if you screw this fight up and have to redo it again. Now we're almost done, and I'm still alive. That's very good. I was very worried when I entered this fight, because yeah, it takes a long time and you're likely gonna do mistakes. But I kept my cool and I used my killers to their full potential. Here you see me again cleaning up the house with Con. After that you leave the room, and down this hallway there's another safe room I want you to use, because there's another fight coming up and it's against one of those special smiles. So this one's called the Tomahawk Smile, and he shoots missiles at you, a lot of them. And you want to use a killer that has a large magazine and a good steady shot. So yeah, you see me selecting Harmon, because I do not actually have a real strategy here. This is like the first smile in the first stage, the first special smile in the first stage. Just shoot the guy, shoot him as much as you need to kill him. Sometimes you want to shoot those rockets because they explode, and if they are close together like here, they will all explode. So he doesn't take that many shots if you select Harmon. I actually do not know how to do this fight for realsies, but this is probably the best solution if you have Harmon in your arsenal of killers. And this is one of the tapes you do not need to get, because I will give you the solutions to all the puzzles. After that, select Con. There was a save room here if you want to save, but I did not here. I'll do it later, and I have to edit the video because I forgot to completely put all the pieces back together. So it will look kind of awkward, but here. So here you want to shoot this trophy, and there's a secret path here, but you won't take it now. We'll come back later. We'll go to the chairman's room, and here's a code lock on a wall where you have to input 2 codes. So don't worry, I'll give you the solutions. I'll show you my inputs in real time. So the first combination is 55549. I'm sorry this will take a little while for me to input, but don't worry, later on in this stage, the large puzzle, I will speed up and make it easier for you to read. So the second solution is gonna be 72712. After this, you will have to use your fingers on this fingerprint checker, but don't worry, you've got the right fingerprints on hand, haha. And after that, there's this safe, and I could not be asked to give you any directions on how to open a safe in real life. Let's just say all the way to the right until you hear the sound, and all the way to the left until you hear the sound. And after that, it's gonna be a little bit of a cutscene there, so spoiler warning, I will not talk about any of the details to the story, but just be warned, there might be some things, if you haven't played this game, that will raise some questions, so yeah, no spoilers here. And here you can see an obvious edit, because I went all the way back to the safe room after the boss, because I was expecting enemies on my way back to the school, and I did not want to run into any danger while playing with Garcian. But as it turns out, no enemies here, you are completely safe on your way to back to the school, so just walk your way back and do not talk to Travis 2 times like I do here. The last thing you want to do before entering the gymnasium to finish this stage is that huge puzzle I've been talking about. So we skipped all that information gathering that you're supposed to do in this stage, because I will give you the solutions to all of the questions. And so once you've inputted that weird thingy and the vision ring, you can see me input the first answer, but now you can see the rest of the answers. Park Rhino is the first one to the left and Eagle is the last one to the bottom right. If you need more time, just rewind the video and pause it to view the rest and write them down maybe. It's easier that way, trust me. So once you've inputted Eagle, the gymnasium will open and you will have access to the final boss in this stage. There is going to be an edit up ahead. I wanted to cut out the following dialogue cutscene in order to prevent spoilers again. So yeah, use this control panel, and now I need to ask you a question. How many times in life did you stand before a politician and thought to yourself, man, how do I defeat this guy? When I fought this guy for the first time, I did have no clue and I did not know where to begin shooting this guy. So here you see me shooting him in the face, but actually you need to hit him in a way that he starts swinging. And you need to continue to do this until he loses his pants. Yes, he will lose his trousers and reveal his his weak spot, let's call it that. So yeah, you have to hit this glowing man, you have to shoot him in the balls. Shoot his balls until it is done. I kept using Dan Smith because I was afraid of getting hit by this guy. Once you stop shooting, he will shoot you back, and yeah, I just used Dan for a few hits because I wanted to be safe here. So this is the time I select Harmonsmith because, yeah, once again he does a lot of damage and has got a big magazine. So yeah, keep shooting this guy's balls until this happens. And now, don't fear, this fight is gonna be a fight you cannot win. So you can go to this golden gun and every time this will say that the killer you selected can't use it. So what happens here is you will have to get defeated by all of these black heaven smiles until Garcian is there, and Garcian is finally the killer that can use the golden gun in order to finish this boss. Like in GoldenEye, this golden gun is very overpowered, so you will be able to kill the boss with not more than 2 shots, and after that you are done with this part of Smile. After all these crazy encounters in the school, what can there probably be left in the game for us to do? Well, we have to go back to the hotel for a final mission. The final order. Okay, this is not a complex mission. You literally have to go through all the rooms in the hotel and visit every place where you found a bullet in your last play of this mission. Again, like in the last videos, I won't be spoiling any cutscenes or critical information to the story because if you've played the game and unlocked this difficulty for yourself, you probably remember some stuff, but just like me, probably weren't able to completely piece the puzzle together because, well, it's not possible to do this on your first playthrough. There are a lot of hints to what is happening, but actually figuring out the story is the whole other part of this game, and I think it's just fascinating. Of course, you could be talking also be talking about the stuff that has been left on the cutting room floor from the developers, but I don't want to go on a tangent here. The important part here is that I won't be showing any crucial cutscenes, I will be skipping them. There is a confrontation at the end of this mission that, yeah, you need to know what to do in order to progress with the story. I will be showing that, but I won't be giving any hints on what the actual fuck is happening. So go figure that out yourself. On the other hand, I want to mention that I will be covering the Epilogue Mission also in this video. In this very video, I won't be making another guide for the Epilogue Mission because it's actually very short. There are a lot of videos I can skip and it's not that difficult, but unlike this mission where you have to not fight any enemies, in the Epilogue Mission there will be enemies and you can actually die. It happened to me, I did not expect it at that time, and yeah, it was a surprise, not to say the least. There is not much else to talk about. I will return to you once we are about to finish the level. Enjoy the footage until then.
Naturally, I found myself being lit.
There is one important cutscene on this floor that you can kind of miss if you do not walk down this hallway. And there's a door to the Forbidden Room. Again, I won't be showing the cutscene, but it's important if you want to kind of puzzle the pieces together to the story. So yeah, and after viewing the cutscene, go upstairs to kill your past. So in order to kill the past, there's this person here, and you need to shoot his third eye, and then you are done with Smile, finally. Congratulations. Okay, as promised, here is Lion, the epilogue stage of the game, and actually not a hard stage to beat, but it can be tricky because you have to keep in mind you will be playing as Garcian Smith, the new Garcian Smith, I might add. And even though you've got the golden gun that kills 7 smiles with one shot, no matter where you hit them, you've lost the ability to see them because we left the vision ring in the school. So, in order to defeat them, you have to rely on his... well, he's got some sort of auto-aiming, where once you start aiming, he will lock onto them, maybe, but only maybe, and only if they are close enough. So as you can see here, I'm looking for them, and yeah, they are transparent, but you can kind of make them out, but it's actually very difficult. And remember, this is still Killer8 mode, so one hit, you are dead.
Son of a bitch.
What also makes this very hard is that Garcian is a very tall guy, and you have to kind of aim down a little bit to actually hit them. So even though you've successfully locked onto them, you might be completely shooting over their heads. So, but that should have been the last 7 Smile here. I also had a playthrough where there was one standing in this alleyway, so maybe they're even randomized in their locations. But once you are in this building, you are safe for the moment. After that, there will be another courtyard, and there will be more 7 Smiles to deal with. And also, these guys respawn at a very high rate there. Probably also in this section we just crossed, but I wasn't able to get it on camera. But you will see that these guys respawn very fast and are very dangerous. At one point I will make a run. So here you see me shooting blindly at him. I was lucky there. So yeah, this is very tricky, but it's not a big deal. You have had an opportunity between those missions to make a save, and you can restart the mission. It's not that big of a deal. You will catch up easily. But once you've finished this section, you have dealt with all the hard sections in this stage. So, and what comes after that is just one more objective you have to clear in order to... No, actually it's 2 objectives you have to clear in order to be done with the stage. As you can see, these guys also follow you across the courtyard, so make a run for it if you can. So these 2 objectives you have to clear are, first, you will need to decide on a side in this whole war situation. So you might decide on the fate of humanity, if you want to see it that way. So I will pick the friendly route. I do not want to harm a person. At least in this playthrough I did not. But I will be skipping the cutscenes anyway, so it's not a big deal. After that, the second thing you need to do in this stage is you have to hunt down the last 7 Smile. Or was it the first? I don't remember correctly. So yeah, once this all is done, there will be one last thing to do, and then you finally beaten Killer7 on Killer8 mode. So here you see me selecting Let Him Live. It's up to you, no matter what you choose. I think the outcome isn't that good either. Also, there's Harmon here. Can take a look at him. I also take my time to walk to the television and have some static droning. Once this is done, you are in a familiar place, but we will go to the basement. So yeah, a basement under this trailer home. If you walk around the corner, you will see our final target escaping, but don't worry, you will catch up to him. Then you can walk up to him, pull out the gun and deal with him. And once this is done, the final, or the first, Heaven Smile will be dealt with, and you will get the cutscene that you selected by sparing this person. As you can see, he's on the roof. He's alright. So that's good. Let's just skip the cutscene. Here you can see the credits now. I left them in. Just want to take the opportunity to talk about this game. Well, of course, Shinji Mikami, Suda and Mr. Kobayashi, they made the game. And all these other persons. And this game is a very special game for me. I played it back in the day on my PlayStation 2 and my mind was completely blown. I did not expect this. Well, I've played some games before. I even played the Metal Gear Solid games, and of course they pull the rug under your feet constantly, but I don't know, man, this game just stuck with me. I've never played anything like it at that point, and I have not played anything like it since. And it's just such a special game, I don't know. It might be too freaky for everyone else, but this game is just so great, so deep, and if you strip it down to its core gameplay, it's just sort of like a Resident Evil game on rails, minus those survival horror elements. But actually, this game can be kind of creepy if you look at it from a certain perspective. So, yeah, man, this game is just great, and playing this on my PC again was just a blast. I had so much fun, and I'm finally happy to be done with this guide. I know it took a lot of time. I hope it turned out well. So, oh yeah, here's another thing. This is the last shot you'll be doing in the game. So yeah, again, mind's blown. I don't know what the fuck is going on, and it's just great. So yeah, if you ever get a feeling to play something different, try Killer7. Killer7 is a great game.
The world won't change. All it does is turn. Now, let's dance.
Thank you, Mr. Suda. I really enjoyed your game. And thank you for watching my video, yes. I almost forgot. There's one more last thing, yes. Because we just beat Killer8 mode, we have unlocked the secret game mode. It's called Hopper 7. You will see it just in a moment when I've saved the game. After that, the title screen will change once again. But Hopper 7 is something you have to experience for yourself. It's not that big of a deal, actually. It's kind of a little mini game that lets you play the first stage again with different enemies and nothing more or nothing less. Again, I want to thank all my viewers for watching this guide. I hope this helps new players, and maybe we'll see each other next time in a different guide.